Before we get to the show for today, I want to thank our sponsor, Anchor.fm. As you probably have heard by now, SportsWire has moved to Anchor.fm for its podcast hosting and distribution. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, and let me explain why. Main reason is that it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer, and then Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on any platform there is: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, anywhere. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So take it from me, Vinny Apicella from the Sports Wire. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are listening to the most electrifying podcast in all of internet radio today. You are listening to the Sports Wire. My name is Vinny Apicella, and I'm here with you tonight. It is now Wednesday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day 2020. And by God, I wish this was just a big April Fool's joke, but still in isolation, coronavirus, COVID-19. Looks like for the next month we're going to be shut down. The entire country. My job is still on because I work in a hotel. That's where I am right now, albeit skeleton crew, very skeleton crew. But it's still going to be a long month. Everything is literally shut down until at least April 30th. Caught up on Monday Night Raw. Did watch Dark Side of the Ring tonight. And I got to say, I was very impressed. I knew about New Jack from ECW, obviously. But I never really got big into him. Number one, he wasn't necessarily my favorite wrestler. ECW was something I was able to watch once in a while because I was, MSG at like 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. And at that time I was in high school, so I was never able to stay up that late. But yeah, it was good to kind of see his character, and you hear so many rumors and innuendo about his character and who he was, and to actually see it and actually, see the detail behind the mass transit incident and the Vic Grimes incidents, and just how over the top and outlandish he was. It just was strange. But after hearing about his backstory, his upbringing, his, family situation, and how he witnessed his father stabbing and shooting his mother, just absolutely amazing. And just like how he just talks about drug use so easily and saying that he was high almost every time he fought. It just, it's hard for, to me, in my personal opinion, that is a person who's worse than Chris Benoit. And Chris Benoit murdered his son and wife and, killed himself. So with that said, it's like, that's my opinion. But, it was a good episode nonetheless. Definitely watch. Next week on Dark Side of the Ring is going to be the Brawl for All, which I'm sure is a more of a lighthearted episode, because even though the Brawl for All was a dumb idea and one of the worst ideas in wrestling history, it was it wasn't necessarily tragic. There were injuries because it was a real shoot fight, but it wasn't. I don't think it was tragic. But whatever, watch it. It's a great show. I loved it. I love the episodes, all of them that are out. Can't wait for Owen Hart. But with that said, I want to just go over Monday Night Raw and the fact that there's obviously no fans in the audience. Shayna Baszler attacking Becky Lynch. It just doesn't have the pop. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman ending the show on a promo, and it seems like they're getting very lax with the language too. I don't know whether it's just on the Hulu version or not, but USA allowing the word shit to be said. I'm wondering if they're taking that from TNT and AEW, but I don't know. It's a possibility. But, I just wanted to kind of say Raw was good. Um, it's a lot different. And from what I've heard, Razor and Akam are off of the Monday Night Messiah's team. They're no longer Seth Rollins followers because Razor tore his bicep, and they're not going to use Akam by himself. So the AOP are no longer there, no longer part of the Monday Night Messiah crew, which is sad, And then going into WrestleMania, the Street Profits are defending their Raw Tag titles against Angel Garza and Jordan Devlin, who are definitely two up and coming stars, but they're not a tag team. What about the Viking Raiders? I don't even think the Viking Raiders are on WrestleMania at this point. The Raw tag team division is seriously lacking, especially with now the AOP out. They have to put some more tag team, and the Revival apparently gone. The Dash Wilder sitting out the rest of his contract, and Scott Dawson's contract is up pretty soon. But they really need to up the Raw tag teams. Let's see what else. Undertaker promo with AJ Styles against AJ Styles is fantastic. I want to see the Undertaker bring back the biker taker gimmick. It's more reality based now. It really is, and it's not the dead man that we've grown to love. And of course you can't open up with a chopper, but it's a boneyard match. Who knows what that is? Apparently it's already been taped, so we'll have to see when it's shown this weekend. I also read a report that they said starting with the WrestleMania this year, but I highly doubt it. But going forward, it looks like WWE pay-per-views are going to be on Fox, Fox's app, Fox Sports, Fox Now, whatever it is. And they're going to be $60, $59.99 a month, maybe just the big four. I don't think it's going to be every pay-per-view, but that's a good move. If you just do the big four, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble, it's actually a good business move for the WWE to put their, go back to pay-per-view, because they're losing money on the network, no doubt. But at the same time, but that would have to mean a better product, and because they're going to end up losing money that way too. So we'll see, because you have to keep some kind of a draw for the network. Or do what like the UFC does and put a pay category for the pay-per-views on the WWE network. That's pretty much what they do. It remains to be seen where they're going to go. So I don't see any advertisement for this WrestleMania on Fox or Fox Now, but it is going to be on the WWE network. So unless they pull something at the last minute, which would upset a lot of people, especially at this time, people losing their jobs, losing hours at work, losing income, they're not going to want to pay $60 last minute for a pre-taped WrestleMania tonight, So I doubt it's going to be starting with this WrestleMania, but it's it remains to be seen what they're going to go. Later on today, I'm going to have a podcast guest, Bubba Collins from the Memory Lane podcast. He and I will record around 8 o'clock tonight, and we're going to go over WrestleMania. We're going to go over the WWE. We're going to go over just a lot of stuff in general. So it's going to be a fun episode, and it's going to be longer, which is why this one's going to be extra short. But it's going to be longer than most. Probably an hour. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. And everything with me is live to tape, so whatever happens, happens. But thank you for listening. Tune in later. Again, my name is Vinny Apicella. You could follow me on Twitter at VApicella, SWE. Follow SportsWire on Twitter and Instagram at SportsWire Audio. Email sportswireaudio@gmail.com and go to sportswireaudio.com That'll take you right to our Anchor.fm page. So, I will see you all later. Have a great day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep your social distancing up. And we'll talk soon.